What's good, everybody? My name is Will, and welcome back to another episode of Will on a Whim.
Good morning, bestie.
And there we have it, folks. Our first lesson of the day. That right there is dandruff. Ashy Dr. Umar inserting itself into grown folks' business, into my business. It's the year-long forecast of snow for me. Every day can be a snow day.
I beg your pardon?
Oh my God.
I can't do it. I can't.
I'm sick of it. So today I'm going to be showing you all my scalp care routine. We know it's just shampoo, Will. Pack it up. No, it's not just shampoo. Hey, stop lying. Yeah, it is. No, it's not. And who is even saying that? Yo, it's me, dude. Well, me, dude. I got a show to put on. Hey, who keeps letting you in here? You know what? I don't have time for this. Step one of my scalp care routine is giving Mr. Clean, because we're going to clean some hair tools. Between hair product and dust from haters, hair tools objectively look
Disgusting.
under a microscope. So let's start with the clippers. I use these baddies about once a week when I'm cosplaying as Barbershop 2. Which means that regularly I take a little bowl, kind of like this one, or even the top of a jar, like a lid. That works perfectly fine too. Fill it slightly with isopropyl alcohol. If the clippers is off, I turn them on, and then we dip them things slightly into the alcohol. And it does some disinfecting, which is great because fungus and yeast and all these things, when they get on your scalp, they just cause issues. So cleaning the hair tools is a go, it's a must. And I feel like it's often overlooked, or at least not done regularly. Anyway, what I do next is I plug my sink and I take that leftover alcohol that's still good to use, toss it in the sink, add some warm to hot water, and then I also add some antibacterial soap.
Okay.
Once that sink is full, I toss them hair products in like they hot potatoes.
Now you on fire.
Like right now, I'm hot. You know, it's a tingling.
Then I take a little spoolie, because it's kind of like a little scrubbing brush, and I gently clean all of the crevices and the nooks and the crannies of all my hair tools, especially those guards for the clippers, my detangling brush, my scalp massager, all of it. After I let all of those things dry on the towel that I also place nearby, I can use them. Duh. So here we are at the meat of the scalp care routine. Sorry to the vegans. Sorry to y'all. So the way that I came up with my scalp care routine is by doing a little bit of research. I read a few research papers and I realized that dandruff can be triggered by a few things, but the primary reason is because of a yeast called malassezia. Yeah, girl, it's on most of everybody's scalp. Don't think you special. I ain't got no yeast on my, yes you do. You got it. It's fungus on your scalp.
Shady. No, I'm being serious.
And like I said, it's called malassezia. It's a naturally occurring yeast. Usually for half the population, about 50% of the population does not, their bodies don't care that it's on there. But for the other 50%, me included, our bodies do not like when there's fungus on our scalps. So I'm actually about to connect some dots for you. Malassezia, this yeast that lives on our scalp, feeds on sebum.
I need something to eat.
Sebum is our scalp's natural oils. We all kind of know that by now. And they're released or secreted by sebaceous glands. Think of them as little pumps on your scalp. They squirt out sebum. When malassezia gets its hands on sebum and eats it, it's like yum 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 delicioso. It starts to poop out some stuff.
Huh?
That your scalp was like, ew, what is this on me? Your body's like, get this off. Ew, get this yeast off of me, right? So it sends out defenses, right? Histamines. Histamines straight to the dome. And what histamines do is they cause you to itch, they cause inflammation, and they cause flaking. That way you with your eyes can see redness and you're like, oh, you're alerted. Your body's alerting you that something's wrong. And you also feel an itch. So you scratch and that yeast comes off with it. So your body knows how to signal to you to get something off of your scalp by causing it to itch. And then you itch it off and then it's off of your scalp. And your scalp also flakes. So those flakes carry off that yeast as well. And then it regenerates new skin. The response to this yeast on your scalp, malassezia, is different from person to person. It's genetic. So some people can have dandruff, which is kind of like the mild form of seborrheic dermatitis, which is also dandruff, but just inflammatory, and it's more a drastic version of regular dandruff. But here's one of the dots that I wanted to connect for you. Seborrheic dermatitis. Actually, the seb in seborrheic dermatitis is there because of sebum. Sebum, seborrheic dermatitis.
Learn something from this.
It's a dermatitis, a condition of the skin caused by oily scalp, that sebum. And remember, malassezia loves a little bit of oil, a lot of oil, and that's when the issues start. And that's how you know when you have dandruff versus just dry scalp or generally most other conditions, is because dandruff is a condition of oil. If your flakes are oily and yellow, that's usually dandruff. So the big question remains, how can you treat dandruff? Dandruff isn't curable, but it is controllable. And the way that you do that is by controlling that population of yeast on your scalp. You can use things that have pyrithione zinc in it, salicylic acid, ketoconazole. All these things kill off yeast populations, or they help control the amount of oil that's on your scalp. Shampoos that have these ingredients in them will help to treat dandruff. I'm going to list a number of shampoos down below so that you can all try them out. There's Nizoral that a lot of people like, but today I'm going to use Head & Shoulders' 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. It's just a shampoo that has kind of a moisturizing component in there. They also have one that's just a shampoo and just the conditioner, and they both have pyrithione zinc in it. So boom, I'm putting this right onto my scalp, and I am going to be intentional about the way that I work this in. I'm getting my money's worth. I'm not going to just put it on there and then just let it rinse off. I'm going to work it into my scalp because this was my scalp earlier today. Breaking news! We're going to break the news that my scalp is nasty. Oh! My scalp is actually doing the thing that I tell you all that it's doing, which is acting up. Dandruff. I'm going to show you all exactly what that looks like on my scalp right now. I don't know. I hope you all can see, but that's how my parts start to look. It's, yeah. Oh, yeah, it gets bad. Now you know my dirty little secret. Yeah, so like I said, we don't need to just clean. We need to go to war. My tried and true method is doing one of two things, which is either using my hands or a scalp massager, like this one. Not only does it vibrate, but it also has these rubberized nubs that are really soft and gentle and safe. Way better than using those cheap ones that you get from the beauty supply store. I'd be ready to fight those. Those might not be too good for your hair follicles. I was talking to a dermatologist and she was like, yeah, girl, you don't want to be scratching too much. So I'll link the scalp massager down below as well. Anyways, I am going to be using my fingers today because I just left my scalp massager out on the counter. I will use my fingers in a kind of crisscross motion just like this, and I will work my scalp. It helps to uplift all of the grime, all of the old dead skin cells, as well as dissolve any old hair product. After rinsing that out and repeating, if necessary, and usually is necessary, I'm going to deep condition. And thankfully, the Royal Oils line actually has so many products, and they also have a deep conditioner that has pyrithione zinc in it as well. During the winter, or when I anticipate I'm going to need some help with dandruff, I always try to replace as many of the steps that I have in my regular haircut routine with products that help treat dandruff. This helps me stay free of all the itching and the burning. So once I'm finished with that, about 15 minutes later, I rinse it out and I move on with my regular styling process, which is to just add leave-in conditioner and a gel and style. Okay, you guys, I'm doing my hair now, girl. Getting the twist together. I'm using why it sound like that? I'm using the Curl Tree shaping jelly. This is something I've been using for a while, and I first used it on some twists, like when I first tried it out, and I vow that this was the best twisting jelly out there. What I like to do is just like take a big section, apply a bunch of product, and then loosely carve out some hair and then twist up that hair. This stuff is so good. It's not really great for hold, which is why I don't really use it for wash and goes. Although I could, if I needed to do a quick wash and go, I would absolutely do this. It's just my wash and go would have a lot of body. Anyway, I like to apply the product such that I'm not getting much of it on my scalp. I want to hit the roots, but don't hit the scalp. I'm still growing up my hair back here. Y'all see it's growing. Look, we got a whole inch. We got a whole inch and a half almost. It feels so good when you're finished with your twist, Miss Girl, and your hair in general, and that scalp is clean, and you are done. You can actually just enjoy your life now. I remember like wearing this style all the time in college, and I haven't done twisting so long because I've just been on the wash and go thing, and so now, you know, it's just a little cute. It's a little reminder that my hair can do so many different things, and we love that. We love natural hair. This little haircut, girl, I need to fix that. How about that? But okay, I'm done. Bye. Now, here we are, present day. This is a day after this whole routine, and my scalp is doing so much better. Like, oh my gosh. But I actually went to the store and I picked up these salicylic acid drops because usually I look to a scalp serum or something like that to help me get through to the next wash day, and those are great. They have aloe vera in it, peppermint, things that help refresh my scalp, and I will use that. Absolutely. I'll link some of my faves below if you want something that's going to help moisturize. But also, for dandruff specifically, I found these salicylic acid drops. So I'm going to test them out live right now. This is really great. So it relieves and helps prevent the recurrence of scalp itching, irritation, redness, flaking, scaling due to psoriasis and seborrheic dermatitis. You can use it 1 to 4 times a day and you don't need to apply too much. So I'm just going to try this out literally right now, y'all. Right in places where I have, oh yeah, I like this because it's not oily. Because dandruff is caused by excessive oil on your scalp, and I also read a research paper where they had to isolate the yeast of Malassezia and then they had to culture it, meaning they had to grow more of it in a petri dish. And girl, tell me why they used coconut oil, Jamaican black castor oil, and there was another oil as well. I can't remember which, but they used that to grow the yeast. So when I was thinking about all of these like scalp oils and things that people put on their scalp, I always think back to the fact that like Malassezia literally eats that up. I just want to say right now, I just want to butt in real quick and just say that I have read a few more research papers after filming this, and I'm finding all kinds of information, and it's kind of like, what's the truth? Some research papers are saying that coconut oil, and like I've done research specifically on coconut oil recently, and they're saying that coconut oil could help your scalp's microbiome of bacteria and fungus, and which is includes yeast, in a way that like creates a healthier scalp and fights dandruff. But I'm also seeing that it could have the opposite effect. So I think it is really just a person-to-person thing, which is why hair care in general is just so confusing, because it's like one thing can work for somebody, nothing wouldn't work. This is why it's also helpful to just go to your dermatologist and they can help you specifically and create a treatment plan for you specifically, so that you're not relying on my videos to fix your issues. This is just my experience, and this is the guidance that I've come up with based on the research that I've done and also my personal experience. But if you're continuing to have issues, I would say try some of the over-the-counter things. I linked them all down below. But if none of that works, girl, you better go to Miss Dermy. And I remember when I was using scalp oils a ton, that was when I had the most issue. It would look cute for like 2 days and then boom, dandruff. This feels good and it doesn't have any oil in it whatsoever. It's just 3% salicylic acid. Anyway, there you have it. That's my scalp care routine. I don't do much more than this. Sometimes I will use like an exfoliator, but a gentle one. I'll link maybe some of those down below as well, but that's just every once in a while when I really feel like I need to do a renewal, a total body and soul and mind cleanse. This routine helps me on the regular. I experience dandruff all the time throughout the year, but I especially ramp it up when it's winter time, when our oil glands are working overtime, or when I'm anticipating using some kind of oily product on my scalp. Oh, child, he's starting to like tingle and burn up. What's going on? But it does have a little tingle sensation up in there. Anyway, that's it, y'all. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. I really, really do, because dandruff is sneaky. We got to keep 10 toes to the ground per. Go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. It takes 2 seconds and it helps me so much, and it also helps other people see this video so that they can also get the help that they need. And also subscribe if you want to see more and be my friend and be my homie, okay? Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, my second YouTube channel, WillOnAWhim More, because I have been posting some vlogs on there. Three 45-minute long vlogs up on that channel right now, brand new. You can also follow me on TikTok. Just don't follow me in real life. That's not okay. That's not okay. Don't you understand that? I hope to see y'all back here real soon for another episode of WillOnAWhim. But until then, bye.